Hey everybody, I want to take a second to talk about the Mana Traders series. Mana Traders is now sponsoring the channel, RW Hobbies, or RW Makes Magic, helping me get all the decks I need to make the videos that everybody wants to watch, so really appreciate that. But another big thing that's awesome about this is I get to play in the Mana Traders series, which is an awesome series. Best prizes online at the moment. 15,000 monthly payout, that's to all their players, free entry. It's open to all, even non-Mana Traders users, but the Mana Traders users, like people subscribe, get 10x prize multiplier, so you get a lot more prizes if you're subscribed. And honestly, it's really hard to play Magic Online nowadays without Mana Traders. I was one of the lucky few who could keep doing it because I had a large collection from before they started, but there's not very many people like me left that just have an old collection on Magic Online, and honestly, even with that old collection, it was still really hard for me to change decks and keep trying out new things. And now that I have, Mana Traders back, I feel like I'm gonna be able to do a lot more videos, do a lot more with the thing. And honestly, I don't think you can get into Magic Online without using it nowadays. I think it's just a must-use. And if you want to get subscribed to Mana Traders, you can help out the channel by using code A22EN when you subscribe. You get 15% off, be eligible to play in all these series. Even get to battle against me on there. So, should be a lot of fun. And remember, I'm going to let you get to the content now, but remember, if you would subscribe, it would really help the channel. So, thanks everybody for that. And with that, we'll talk to you next time. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Making Magic Happen, brought to you by RIW Hobbies and Games in Livonia, Michigan. I'm Zach, and today we're playing some Legacy Elves. I've never played Legacy Elves. The Hogak League went kind of rough. Jumping into Legacy with no experience for a deck is pretty difficult, not going to lie. But Elves is really sweet. I've watched a lot of videos of it. I love this deck. It's super cool. It has some really busted stuff it's doing. So let's go through it first of all. The reason Elves is popular again is because of this card, Allosaurus Shepherd. It's a 1-mana 1/1 elf that says it can't be countered and green spells I control can't be countered. And I can pay 6 to make each elf creature I control be a dinosaur with base toughness 5/5. So it's just like a anti-counterspell elf that has an anthem effect. It turns all my 1/1s into 5/5s. That's enough to kill people a lot of the times. It's something I can green sun for pretty cheaply. But that's not the card that makes elves powerful. It's just the tool that helps it be the Force Wills in Legacy. The real engine of this deck is the card Heritage Druid. Heritage Druid says tap 3 untapped elves you control, add 3 green mana, which doesn't sound that powerful because all your elves already tap for green, right? No. With Heritage Druid, you can tap elves you just played. So basically, it kind of gives your mana elves haste, but it also lets elves that don't tap for mana with haste, right? So in this deck, you have a card like Elvish Visionary, 1-mana 1/1, draws a card. You can play this. If you have a Heritage Druid in play, tap it and another elf. Boom, I get some mana. Now my Elvish Visionary drew a card and made mana. It's almost a free card at that point, very powerful. The other engine piece with Heritage Druid is Nettle Sentinel, which is a 1-mana 2/2. It says it doesn't untap during your untap step, and whenever you cast a green spell, you may untap Nettle Sentinel. So Heritage Druid makes you tap 3 elves. If you have a Nettle Sentinel in play, it starts making you tap 2 elves, basically, to make 3 green mana, which starts netting mana, right? If you have 2 Nettle Sentinels, every elf you play makes 3 mana, which is really absurd. It lets you basically cast your whole deck. Obviously, when you can make this much mana, the holdup is how many cards in your hand. Like, you're going to find you run out of cards. Well, there's a card that's been banned in Modern for a very long time called Glimpse of Nature, which is not banned in Legacy, and the other engine piece for Legacy Elves. It says, whenever you cast a creature spell this turn, draw a card. So, if you get Heritage Druid and Nettle Sentinel thing in play, and you have a Glimpse of Nature, every elf you cast draws a card and makes positive mana. You can just draw and cast your whole deck. In fact, you'll find what actually ends up happening is you draw and cast most of your deck, but then your whole hand becomes lands. You're playing a 19-land deck, and you're going to have like 7 or 8 lands in hand at the end of your Glimpse turns. Usually you can still win from there because you've drawn and cast most of your deck. Now, I mentioned Elvish Visionary. It's a very powerful card. Definitely an engine piece for the deck. You kind of break it with this card, Wirewood Symbiote. It says, return an elf you control to its owner's hand, untap target creature, activate this ability only once each turn. What you do is you almost always return Elvish Visionary. Sometimes there's other situations where you'll pick something else up, save something from a removal spell, whatever. But this has pseudo haste, so I can play it and then immediately return an elf I control. And you're going to do that with Elvish Visionary a lot, where you just keep picking up Elvish Visionary, keep replaying it, using it to make more mana with Heritage Druid, but also just kind of drawing through your deck while you're doing this. It's got Once Upon a Time, that's a busted card. Another card banned in Modern this deck is playing is Green Sun Zenith. X and a green, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library, and shuffle Green Sun Zenith into the library. So it never goes away, you just keep getting the Green Sun Zenith, and it keeps finding you the cards. This is how you're going to assemble the Heritage Druid Nettle Sentinel package very consistently, or get the Wirewood Symbiote to pair with your Elvish Visionary, keep picking them up. It basically finds anything you need, and in this deck you have Dryad Arbor, so it's also kind of like a 1-mana elf, like a Llanowar elf basically. You can just get Dryad Arbor on turn 1, you've ramped, so you have more mana next turn. You can get an Allosaurus Shepherd for 2 mana to make stuff cheaper, get an Anthem effect if you're kind of short on mana and trying to set up for a kill next turn. It can also be a 9-mana Craterhoof Behemoth, which sounds like a lot in Legacy. 9 mana in a Daze format can be kind of rough. That's not a problem for Elves. Elves can make lots and lots of mana, because not only do we have Heritage Druid making tons of mana, we also have Gaia's Cradle, which, if everybody's played Commander, knows this card makes absurd amounts of mana. So having X spells is great, having stuff to do with all the mana you make is great, and, yeah, really, really powerful. Another thing we have is Quirion Ranger. It's another thing you're going to get sometimes. You can return a force you control to its owner's hand to untap target creature. You're going to do this a lot with, you maybe untap your Dryad Arbors, pick up a forest, you've already tapped it for mana. This deck doesn't have that many lands, so you'll actually find you miss your land drops, and if you're missing land drops, you can return a forest, replay it, so its return a forest mode can actually make mana sometimes, but untapping something like a Heritage Druid so you can tap for more, or a Nettle Sentinel, whatever, makes more mana. Pretty cool. But we can also untap Elvish Reclaimer, which is a new one. I've honestly never seen this in these decks before, but Elvish Reclaimer, 1 mana, 1/2. It gets +2/+2 as long as there are 3 or more land cards in your graveyard. But you can also tap it, or pay 2, tap it, sacrifice a land, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Now, in this deck, you're almost 100% of the time getting Gaia's Cradle, because Gaia's Cradle is broken. And you'll find when we have Cradle with this deck, we do really absurd things. And when we don't have Cradle with this deck, we do less absurd things. We're going to get Gaia's Cradle almost 100% of the time. Sometimes we might want to get a Nurturing Peatland. Sometimes we might want to get a Dryad Arbor. We do have a Bojuka Bog, so we have some main deck graveyard hate, which is nice. And then the sideboard, we have a Cabal Pit if we need to get a kill spell for something our opponents have, maybe like a Plague Engineer. It's nice to get a Cabal Pit. We also have Caracas. If we play like against a Grizzlebrand or a Merit Lage deck, we can bounce it, get it back to hand, and then keep doing our thing. Just nice to have tools with this card, which is cool. We're playing Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time is banned in Modern for a good reason. It's busted. We have a Collector Oof in case we play against like a Lion's Eye Diamonds deck. Nice to be able to Green Sun Zenith for it, or find it off Once Upon a Time, draw into it with Glimpse of Nature, all that. And then the other card in this deck that I haven't mentioned, but is a big player, is Natural Order, which you've probably never seen if you haven't played Legacy. I don't know if this card's legal in Commander or not. It's a broken card. It probably shouldn't be. It probably is, though, if I'm being honest. But Natural Order says, as an additional cost, to cast this spell, sacrifice a green creature. Okay, so 4 mana sorcery, sacrifice a green creature. Pretty high cost, but I got a lot of elves. I don't mind sacrificing one of them. And this says, search your library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Green creature card, sorry. It has to be a green creature. In this case, it's almost 100% going to be Craterhoof. Although, I guess there's maybe a spot where we could get a Collector Oof if we just absolutely need to turn off artifacts. I don't know, maybe probably just always Craterhoof. Craterhoof just kills them. You resolve a Natural Order, people die. Although, out of the sideboard, if we're playing against a deck with tons of removal, we can just get a Progenitus with Natural Order. Just put a Progenitus in play, and boom, there we go. We got a Progenitus. And you can turn 2 Natural Order in this deck, it's not crazy to do that. Not with Gaia's Cradle. Gaia's Cradle can do some really absurd things in this deck. The rest of the sideboard, we have 4 Assassin's Trophies. Those are probably for Plague Engineer. We want to kill that card. That card is really good against our deck because almost everything in here is an elf, and they all have 1 toughness, with, I guess, the exception of Elvish Reclaimer. I guess I didn't mention Birchflow Rangers. Birchlore Rangers is basically a bad Heritage Druid, but Heritage Druid is so good in this deck that we want more of these effects, I guess you'd say. Then we got Thoughtseize for other combo decks, Leyline of the Void for like Hogak or combo decks that use their graveyard. And Assassin's Trophy is just to really answer any permanent. We're bringing it in mostly to answer Plague Engineer, but sometimes you need to kill a Dark Depths before it becomes a Merit Lage, and you can do that with this card. Sometimes you need to hit an Ensnaring Bridge that's in play. I don't know. But Trophy is very versatile. It hits a lot of things, and just a very good sideboard card to have. You'll notice that this deck is very, very synergy driven, so it's hard to board a lot of cards in, which is why you see them being very generic and in 4-ofs and very powerful. Obviously, the lands are different. These ones are kind of easy to board in. You board out like one Crater Hoof, one Progenitus, you're fine. Board out some Bog or Caracas or whatever for one of these lands, you'll be good. But when you're boarding in these 4-ofs or the 3 of ley lines, you're going to trim some of these other things, and you generally are only going to board in one of these in any matchup. But in those matchups, you'll be happy to have all 4 of them, and you don't want to dilute your deck too much, so you kind of just want to pick, like, okay, this is a Thoughtseize matchup, all 4 in, board 4 things out. Don't dilute your deck any further, because you do need to be able to get 3 elves in play, and we have cards in the deck that aren't elves. I mean, we have Wirewood Symbiote, we have Collector Oof, you could draw Natural Order. Dryad Arbor is not an elf for the purposes of that, so you want a massive elves. You also want a massive cheap creatures because Glimpse is your main engine. So if you board out too many creatures and you have a Glimpse turn, you can find yourself not getting the full value you would otherwise be able to get. So yeah, we're going to base it off that. Like I said, I've never actually played. This is the first time I've played this deck on MTGO. I have played it in paper. I'll note that. Really, really sweet deck. Might take some puzzling through some of the lines, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to jam this. So let's play some leagues. All right, made it to round 1. Won the die roll. I think this is a good hand. I don't know. I assume it's a good hand. It is a pretty quick natural order. All right, I'm going to keep. We'll see how it goes. I got lands and spells. I think I want to get Heritage Druid going. This is a turn 3 Crater Hoof Behemoth. We're jamming. We're just gonna jam. We don't have any card advantage things. We don't have any glimpses, nothing like that. So we're just kind of jamming. Gaia's Cradle, you say, huh? Interesting. Not going to play the Cradle here, although it would be good. I just don't think I need to. I played this ahead of time because I can tap both of these to pay for days if opponent wants to go that route. And going to play a Symbiote. So it looks like opponent's maybe going to kill something here. No, Trop's not really a kill a thing kind of card. Brainstorm. Okay, maybe they're forcing my Symbiote. Scared of something too powerful happening. I don't know. Bear in mind that this is definitely lethal next turn. It doesn't look like it would necessarily be lethal. It's lethal, I promise. That's just how that works. Opponent looked like they were trying to maybe force this and then didn't. So there we are. Another Cradle, huh? I think I could have natural ordered last turn. The more I'm reading these, I think I screwed up. I think if I played Cradle, I could have easily natural ordered on 2. Oh well. I'm just gonna cast a natural order. We'll sack the Birch Lore Rangers and see what happens. I assume if opponent has a counterspell, this is getting countered. Alright, they do have a Force of Will. Shame. Oko's gone? No Oko? Alright, well now we're attacking for 3. This is the downside of Elves. When they hit your thing... oh no, they still have a Codal? Well, I guess Codal trades. That's not good. I can protect it with a Wirewood Symbiote if that's where we go. Although the Wirewood Symbiote itself will die here if they have a Codal. That's not good. I should have thought about Codal. Yeah, I might have screwed this up. Alright, this has gone extraordinarily poorly for me. I think I could have done this all last turn. We didn't. Here we are. Do they have another Oko? Uro. Ooh, that's also pretty bad for me. Uro's a scary card. And they're pondering. Okay, so Uro's coming back next turn. We're not going to stop that. We're also completely out of gas. We have a lot of mana. Once Upon a Time's not bad. Okay. These aren't very good. I mean, they're alright. Let's get in for 2. I don't think I'm elfing right. I think I should have figured out if I could have natural ordered on 2 on the play. Regardless, I don't think you can say this has gone very well for me. We are bringing back Uro, presumably. Yep. Yeah. Alright. Green Sun. Can't make 9. I actually maybe could have made a lot if, I could have made a lot of mana if I still had the Heritage Druid. Of course, I don't, but I easily could have made 9 and maybe cast a Hoof. That said, I think I need to just go for a Visionary here and start getting some cards flowing. Oh, I only need to tap for 3. Well, here we are. Ooh, Scavengers would have actually been good if the Uro wasn't already back. I could get Allosaurus Shepherd, make all my stuff uncounterable the rest of the way. I don't think that's what I'm scared of, though. I think I'm just scared I'm about to get out-resourced, and I need to do something to kind of plow through that. And now tapping for extra mana feels kind of dumb. I think I'm just going to wait. Next turn, if I draw an elf, I can just Zenith for a Behemoth, and hopefully that's enough. We'll find out if opponent doesn't have a counterspell by that point. I'd love to draw an Allosaurus Shepherd. I don't know why this list is only playing 2 in this format. But that is the case. It only has 2. All right. Is this an Oko? No, another Uro. Fair enough. Allosaurus Shepherd would still be a very insane draw. That is not an Allosaurus Shepherd. I'm going to get Ice Fanged. I don't think I can attack. And we played through our attack phase, which is pretty bad. I think I'm supposed to get a Wirewood Symbiote here. All right. Didn't really have anything to untap, so I'm just returning it. It's going to start the can tripping. All right. We have kind of flooded. It's all right. We got the engine going. It doesn't look like we do, but we have our kind of draw engine going here. I don't think I've played this game great. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, I can't use that. All right. Thing's dead. Notably, our Misty here can actually fetch a Dryad Arbor, which makes Gaia's Cradle very good. I can now I have access to 10 mana next turn. I do wonder if I was supposed to get Allosaurus Shepherd at some point. They had a Plow, though. They could have answered it any time they needed to, really. Let's get a Dryad Arbor. Nettle Sentinel. That's not a very good draw. I think I have thrown this game. I think I maybe could have done other stuff before this, but at this point, it's a little too late. I do know this deck has Plague Engineer generally in the sideboard, so I do think I'm going to bring in some trophies. Don't know how many I want. I think I should also bring in the Cabal Pit. Bog also seems good. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to cut. I think I'm going to cut a normal Forest. And Collector's Oof seems kind of bad. It's like okay. Skoos I do like. I don't really love Order. I think I'm also going to bring the Progenitus. No, I don't like Progenitus. I'm off of it. Alright. There we go. I think this hand's good. I think it's a keep. Let's start with a Once Upon a Time. See what we hit here before we make any real decisions. I do like Bayou. Visionary is probably better, though. think that's close. I guess I can get Visionary with Green Suns if I want it. I should probably get the Bayou. Alright, we're going to go that route. And I do think I want to ramp this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and get a Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor does a few things here. It lets me, have enough mana to start using this. It also works with the Cradle this is going to get. Ooh, that's a very good draw. Let's start the turn by playing the Wirewood Symbiote so that all the rest of my things are protected. We'll then play a Quirion Ranger. I think I already have black mana, so I might as well just get green. I'm going to play the Reclaimer. Alright. Plowing the Symbiote immediately. Alright, it makes sense. The card is very strong. Another Zenith. So, I don't have a land to play this turn. So what I want to do is activate this, sacrifice my forest, get a Gaia's Cradle. I would like to tap that for green. Untap that, return this, play this. I think I'm going to cast a Visionary. Ooh. And then play an Allosaurus Shepherd. That sounds kind of decent. Nice. So importantly, I can just activate Allosaurus Shepherd next turn and attack for lethal. The bad news here is if opponent has a Plague Engineer, we're dead. Okay. It doesn't seem like they have a Plague Engineer. And Allosaurus Shepherd is gone. So be it. Ooh, a Sylvan. Natural Order is pretty good. Probably going to get Force of Willed, but... Huh. So how do I want to do this turn? What if I do this? Cast this for 1. I'm going to get another Allosaurus Shepherd. Now my next spell is uncounterable. This should kill the opponent. Let's get a Craterhoof Behemoth and attack for a lot. I think this is lethal, right? 100 damage. Seems like it worked. Did 30. Alright, I boarded out a hoof. I did not actually want to do that. I still think 3 trophies is fine. I really don't know what I'm supposed to board out. Let's cut a Once Upon a Time. That's an easy cut, right? Yeah, we don't need a Once Upon a Time. We're just going to have the things. We don't need to look for them. Alright, we have one Once Upon a Time in our deck, and it's in our opening hand. That's what you call good sideboarding. It's perfect. Alright, I'm going to start with the Once Upon a Time. See where this takes me. Probably getting a Dryad Arbor again. I can get any of these. Elvish Visionary doesn't seem that good. I already have a Glimpse. I think I'm just going to take the Birch Lore. Rangers, and then Green Sun for 1. I just want as much mana as I can have next turn so that I can try to get a Glimpse going. All right. Let's see what happens when I cast the Glimpse. This goes really bad for me if they counter this. That resolved. Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to play the Quirion Rangers, get to draw a card. Ooh, Nettle Sentinels is nice too. Feels like opponent has a kill spell. They're trying to figure out the right way to use it. If they kill this Dryad Arbor, it looks like things go bad for me, but they really don't. Birch Lore Ranger plus Nettle Sentinel actually works pretty well. I don't want to cast it face down. I would like to draw a card, though. It doesn't feel like they have a counterspell. You would have countered Glimpse of Nature if you had a counterspell. This card is really absurd. You can't let Elves players... I mean, they either have a counterspell or a Plague Engineer. One of those things is true, because Glimpse is not an okay card to let resolve from a blue deck perspective. Oh, maybe they're trying to figure out the right spell. This is actually the one. I kind of go off if this gets to start doing its thing. Alright, maybe they're countering this. Hard to tell. They're doing something here. Something I'm doing this turn has been deemed not okay. They're brainstorming. So maybe they're trying to force will the Birch Lore Ranger. Tough to do it. The beauty about all of this, I mean, yeah, I have actually flooded, which is kind of what I mentioned with Glimpse of Nature. That's going to happen some amount of the time. But the beauty of this is, like, I'm committing a ton to the board, and even if they have a Plague Engineer, like, I'm not even out that much. It's going to kill these 3 things, and they all drew a card already. It's fine. My Nettle Sentinel, importantly, survives. Alright, what are we doing over here? Is Birch Lore Rangers okay? Seems like it was. I imagine Nettle Sentinel will not be okay if they did find a counterspell. Alright, maybe it is. We are actually kind of whiffing, though, which is a little bit annoying. We whiffed. Alright, here we are. Put a lot of stuff in play, drew a lot of cards, but ran out of elves. Which is kind of what I was talking about ahead of time. Like, we put a whole bunch, or we drew a whole bunch of cards that turn, and we drew 4 lands, a trophy, and a glimpse. Which is bad for us, but not the end of the world. This Plague Engineer is going to be the end of the world, unfortunately. We can beat it. We can beat it. Just gonna be a bad time. Dead of Winter. Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, okay. Dead of Winter feels bad, man. Oh, we drew the Hoof. That would have been good last turn. I think we were too short on mana, but you know what I mean. Was probably supposed to play the Misty there because I could also get a second Bayou and Trophy if they play something crazy. But really what I want to do is just take some... This deck doesn't pressure me that well. If they have an Uro here, they are kind of pressuring, but I'm going to take the time they're giving me. We are up on cards, so just try and get some lands in play and set up for another Glimpse turn. That's kind of my plan. Although this Uro could be a problem. I'll say that much. But we do have an answer. We have an Assassin's Trophy, so we could kill Uro if need be. Oh boy. Elsa's Shepherd. So I think I'm going to spend one more turn setting up. I don't think I'm under enough pressure now that I need to go for anything. And I would like to start my next turn with a Shepherd. Maybe a Glimpse. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I would like to draw some more creatures before I really try to go all in on this Glimpse. I really just want to buy some time. Which stinks because, yeah, I'm letting my opponent find more stuff, but I have the tools to beat what their interaction is outside. I mean, I can beat a Plague Engineer, but that's the card you're really scared of because it just like preemptively hoses the entire deck here. Looks like Uro's coming back. I don't love it. I will probably Assassin's Trophy it. This card is large and draws a lot of cards. Looks like they're considering making another play. No, just play another land. Fair enough. And we're pondering. Alright, still going to trophy this. They can bring this back next turn. That didn't change, but they chose not to shuffle their library, so maybe we stop them from getting something they wanted to get. I am also going to get my other Dryad Arbor here. Okay. Birchlore Rangers. Now I can go for it here. I can try to put a bunch of stuff in play. I think that's reasonable. The question is, do I want to start with Allosaurus Shepherd or start with Glimpse? If I start with Allosaurus Shepherd, my Glimpse definitely resolves, and then the other things start cantripping, but I'm down a card. I could also wait one turn, but that's awkward because then they get to start using Uro again. I think I'm going to wait one more turn. I think that's weird, but I think it's right to wait one more turn. I need it to be good. I'd like to get one card deeper. Yep, here comes Uro. A card that just doesn't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. It is nature's wrath. Okay. We've waited about as long as we can expect to. And we drew a cradle. That's actually a really big payoff for the weight. That makes casting this Crater Hoof with the Allosaurus Shepherd somewhat reasonable. So we are going to start with the Shepherd, I think. I think it's too likely the opponent's found a counterspell now, especially given they left up 5 mana. And then we're going to play a Glimpse. Ooh. Alright, well now my Glimpse can be countered. I don't like it. Alright. Feels bad, man. Well, that's about all we got. Bad news is it's not getting better. We may be able to mize a win with Crater Hoof, maybe? Probably not. This Uro card is tough. Tough to beat. So what does Green Suns do for me? I don't really know. I'm going to go ahead and cast it, see what happens. I assume it's getting countered. Yep. Alright, I think we're dead here. We tried our best. I think we threw game 1. Alright, after a crushing defeat at the hands of Snowco, we're back. I don't think this hand does anything. I'm going to mulligan. This hand would do stuff if it had lands. Sadly, it doesn't have those. I think this hand is good. I got multiple symbiotes. I'm going to bottom 1. And I don't think Reclaimer is good in this hand. I don't know. We're going to get rid of the Reclaimer. Opponent's also on 5 cards, so they might be doing something degen as well, or they just might have not had very much luck. Fairdex and Legacy don't tend to mulligan very much. This is actually one of the few formats where it's like, you might want to keep a 7 if you can because of how taxing on your resources force effects can be. Well, none of these are particularly good. I mean, Cradle seems like the obvious best one. I think I'm supposed to just get a bunch of Dryad Arbor. Nope, I wanted a Dryad Arbor, not a Bayou. Alright, well. So I think I'm supposed to get a bunch of Dryad Arbors here, but here we are. I'm going to have a somewhat slow hand anyway. Swamp. Alright. Citrus players. So probably Hojak. Looks like Hogak. Alright, so it's a race. We are racing here. Who can kill who quicker? That's not a good draw. Guess I'm just gonna play the Arbor. We can make a lot of mana, which is cool. We're also immune from Cabal Therapy because our hand has no spells in it. Which is a nice little bonus. Altar of Dementia. Okay, terrifying. Alright, so nothing disastrous as of yet, although I think we are on a very short time frame to live. We need to draw something. That is not the thing we wanted to draw. It's not bad, but not the thing. Alright, we do get to attack here, conveniently, because that can't block, but... We're going to need to find a Crater Hoof pretty quick. Good news is this can get another Dryad Arbor, and then this is going to tap for 5 next turn. 6, 7, 8. So I can cast a Hoof. Yeah. Even if I Green Suns for a Hoof, I can return a Forest and untap an Arbor and then Green Suns. So we can Hoof if that's where we want to go. Alright, opponent's turn was not terrifying. Pay off. Do I have another turn? I think I can wait one more turn. Opponent can't block. I think I can wait exactly one more turn. I might just die to a Hogak. But if this was opponent's last turn, it doesn't seem like their draw is that powerful. They also could have played a Hogak, so they haven't found one yet. I think I can wait. Maybe famous last words, but I think I get one more turn. Okay, this is not a disaster. Still not a Hogak, still not a Bridge from Below. Those are the cards I'm trying to avoid. Also, if they draw a land, we could be in trouble. They have 3 Blood Gas, and that lets them mill 6. But they didn't have a land last turn, so they have to have naturally drawn it. And they only play 19 lands. And they've already milled, like, 7 of them or something. Okay. Cabal Therapy's good, but, like, I don't know that you would just blind name Glimpse of Nature. I really haven't done anything. I think, honestly, before they would even, like, bring this back, given how little I've done, they would just keep sacking for Altar. It's kind of my thought. Okay, so they're just kind of going all in on Altar. There's a Hogak, but they don't have any zombies. Maybe they have another zombie in hand? Maybe they have a land. I do not know what's going on here. Hedron Crab, okay. So maybe they did have a land? I will say we are in a pretty good spot for next turn. I get to use this twice, so I can pick this up. And then next turn, use it again. Alright, I wonder what they're targeting. I don't think you would name Glimpse here, but if they name Green Sun Zenith, okay. I was gonna say if they name Glimpse of Nature, that would be very impressive. Alright. Oh, I wanted to do that the other way around. Okay, whatever. I don't think it actually matters, but here we are. Ooh, we drew the hoof. Got him. So do I need to do anything? I think... No, I'm one short of just... I mean, I'm just going to cast the hoof. I think they die. Yeah. So this is mana positive. Sure. No. I want to untap. Choose target creature, that one. Return an elf, this one. Hoof. Dead. Alright. The beatdowns. This is kind of my problem with Hogak. If you watch the last thing, is like, I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't do anything and then dies. Kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is. I'm going to bring in my ley lines. Those seem good. Doesn't seem like a Progenitus matchup. Definitely don't want Thoughtseize or Assassin's Trophy. I can see Crop Rot as a way to get an instant speed Bog. Reclaimer also does that. Allosaurus Shepherd I don't think is very important against Hogak. I don't think Collector Oof does anything at all. And I think that's good. I gotta cut a spell though. Cut it once. Alright, this hand doesn't have a ley line. It does have a pretty quick natural order, though. I don't think this hand is, like, broken. I don't even have another Elves, so I can't even use the Birchlore Rangers. I think this hand is too bad. Okay, I think this hand is maybe good. It's weird because it's so slow, but I still think it's good. I think I'm going to bottom the Krakus. Opponent's on 5. I can Crop Rot for a Bog. Unfortunately, I can't do that on turn 1. I have to just go Dryad Arbor, but that is the life you live when you play Elves, I guess. Stitcher Supplier. Did we hit this time? Alright, there's a Hogak. Kind of scary. Kind of scary. I am really hoping to draw untap green mana here. That would be great. I mean... Alright, yep, okay, we're good. Nope, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. No problems here. The good old-fashioned ley line on turn 1. You'll love to see it. Just love to see it. Alright. There's some scary stuff about to go down here if opponent has another creature. If they don't have any other plays this turn, we could be in a good spot. Okay. Still feel like I'm in an okay spot if they don't have another creature. Alright, this crop rot. Yeah, alright, I'm good here. That's the Hogak deck. I mean, when you draw all your hate pieces but none of them work, I still think it's fine. I wonder if I'm supposed to get... I think I want to make that change. I don't think Caracas is good enough. I think this hand is good. It's a turn 3 Craterhoof, but it's like not a big one. I think I'm gonna ship. This hand I think is good. Get rid of the hoof. I at least have a ley line. I have plays I can make. I have a natural order. Yeah. Opponent's on 4 cards. Maybe they're looking for graveyard hate. On 3 cards. This ley line's going to be good, right? God, this is really wonderful and compelling Magic. Opponent's on 3 cards versus my 6. I'm going to ley line them and then play 2/2 beaters. Just attack for 2. You'll get there. This deck doesn't do anything when there's a ley line in play. This is Hogak, though. Live by the ley line, die by the ley line. Alright, you kept 3 cards. Do any of them contain ways to beat a ley line? For your sake, I hope they do. It's really tough when they mull that much with this deck, too. Specifically because Force of Vigor is one of their things. So they have to go down 2 cards to kill the ley line. That's tough. That's tough. Careful study. That's not it. Alright, they're off the bridge from below. Birchler Rangers was a very good draw. I was supposed to attack first. That was dumb. Doesn't really matter. There's always yes. Alright, bash for 2. Let the beats commence. I think opponents had enough. Yes, what wonderful and compelling Magic. We played a ley line. Got him. Alright. I think this is a turn 2 kill. Maybe not. It feels like it's close, though. Feels like if nothing gets countered and everything goes according to plan, this hand is going to kill real quick. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, man. So I'm just going to get a forest here. Don't want to expose myself to Wasteland yet when I just don't need to at all. And in doing so, I expose myself to Stifle. Alright. Fair enough. I'm getting Dreadhorde Arcanisted. Stifle's so bad, I don't usually respect it. People love playing Stifle for whatever reason. I think the card's atrocious. That said, when you're on the play and you stifle their land and then get to Dreadhorde and find Wastelands and just like keep doing it, you can really bury them. So I might be in one of those spots right now, but here we are. And we're getting wasted out. Perfect. Not the Dryad Arbor. I guess they have a bolt. Well, they don't have a cantrip, because I don't think they'd be stifling here. Otherwise. I will note, this strategy doesn't work that well against elves. It kind of works, but not as well as you would think. Because elves will start drawing cards. That's going to happen. I just want to cast. It's very annoying that this card has Morph, to be honest. Get this nice little Heritage Druid guy in play. If this thing survives the turn, the game's over. I don't think it will. Hardcast Daze. Nope. Alright. Always yield. Always yes. Another Wasteland. Perfect. This Dreadhorde with no cantrips has been kind of embarrassing, though. Just 2 mana 1/3. Are you going to waste me, or are you just playing the Wasteland for show? Maybe they have an Oko in hand. That would make some sense. Okay, that makes sense. They just didn't use Oko, though. Alright. I think I would have made a food, but here we are. That was a pretty good draw. We'll take that. Alright. Let's cast a Glimpse of Nature. Does this resolve? They only have 2 cards. They can't daze it. Has to be Force. Which they might have. So, I think I'm supposed to start with Heritage Druid and kind of hope that I hit a land. Not a land, but an elf is still good. Oh, Quirion Ranger is actually excellent. Oh, I was supposed to... Oh, whatever. And, oh, we drew Cradle and we haven't played a land for turn? That's interesting. Another Glimpse. Very interesting. I guess the question now is, like, how far off do we go here? I think it's worth it. This now draws 2. Alright, we actually whiffed. That's kind of unfortunate. But I get to pick up... Return an elf, untap, target creature. I think I screwed that up. I was supposed to tap for birch, whatever. I think this game is now elementary. Get to go off, draw our whole deck! Always yes! Come on. That's the hoof man. I think my sequencing here has been poor, and it just doesn't actually even matter at all because I want another Nettle Sentinel. Oh my gosh, I have to always yes on all of them? Oh, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. Would recommend. Should I double hoof? I think I can use this one still and pick up this. I don't know. This is going wild. I think I'm supposed to get Symbiote at this point. What does it do? I untap target creature. Okay. I return this one. Untap that one. Nope, we did it the other way around. That was... Alright, well... It's fine. It's fine. I was trying to untap another creature so I'd have another attacker with hoof, but you know what? Here we are. I can just get 2 hoofs. It's fine. Another glimpse. For the record, opponent can concede any time they want. They are welcome to do this. I could get 2 hoofs here, but we're just going to draw it. Would like to just demonstrate that it is very possible to draw your whole deck. I am up to 17 mana here or something. All right. Do we draw the other hoof yet? It doesn't matter. This is still just like extremely lethal. There it is. First hoof. I do have to make sure I don't deck, but I'll be all right. It is actually a concern at this point. Oh, come on! I was gonna cast the second hoof. And that's the power of elves. That was turn 4. That was turn 4. We have 1 land in play. They stifled our turn 1 land drop. We did nothing. We got wasted on 2. This is turn 4. I don't call it Legacy for no reason. I don't think I really want to change anything. I'm just going to run it back. Crocus isn't very good. Trophy to deal with like an Arcanist is fine, but not exciting. I think this is good. I do appreciate opponent letting me do that for the video, though. That was pretty sweet. Whoo, baby. I should have probably boarded out Collector Roof now that I'm just looking at my hand. But that's fine. This one's kind of embarrassing. This hand's good, though. Good old Delver. Alright. I don't have black mana to get, so I'm going to get this fetch out of the way now. Given that they've shown me Stifle, I would rather fetch while they have no mana up. I'm going to cast this for 0 and get a Dryad Arbor. I have no black spells, so I got a forest so that that wouldn't get wasted. They can still waste the Dryad Arbor. That's fine. I can't really play around that. This hand really wants more mana. Opponent did miss their flip, which is kind of interesting. Alright, bolt the Arbor, that's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. Yeah, this Collector Oof looks pretty bad. good old-fashioned turn 2 Once Upon a Time after already playing a spell. I think I'm supposed to just play these. Get them out there. I think I'm going to get this one dazed. That's why I led on Druid. Yep. I could have also just ran out the oof. I kind of just don't even want to show my opponent that, that I forgot and left this one in my deck, if I'm being honest. It's not like I had significantly better things. I'd probably have brought in maybe the crop rotation. I don't know. I wish this deck had another Allosaurus Shepherd. I don't know why we're rolling with just 2. It's the list I took, but I really wish it did. I wish we had another one. Ooh, Elvish Visionary is great. Can we not get dazed again, please? Nice. I guess I should not open myself up to Stifle. I'm gonna get a Dryad Arbor. Like, I guess I could get another Forest. I still think Dryad Arbor is better. But they'll have no Wasteland targets if I get Forest. Alright, I'm gonna get Forest. I think that's better. Have we flipped yet? Still no flip. This has been very unfortunate for the opponent. They have to have, like, lands and creatures in hand. I mean, that's the only thing that makes any sense. Another Delver, sure. Oh, I could have traded there? I should have traded. I think that was a mistake not to do. Birchlow Rangers is a good draw. I'm going to cast the Rangers. Gaia's Cradle's pretty good. I mean, Gaia's Cradle's like really good. Yeah, I'm going to take the Cradle and then do the shame oof. 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 Big oof. Well, now I'm happy I didn't trade, and I don't want to offer the trade, because Cradle wants you to have creatures in place, so that's what we're going to do. They revealed a Daze. I wonder if they fetch that away now that I have a Cradle and lots of mana. It looks like they plan on it. Yep, and they're not drawing the Daze. It is a nice little trick you can do with Delver. You show an instant you don't want, you can still flip both the Delvers and then fetch in your upkeep to not draw it. Yikes. Feels bad, man. Feels really bad. Alright, I've had enough of this. Let's get the oof out. Too much oof. I kind of feel like I want Progenitus. I definitely don't want oof. I don't really think I want Thoughtseize either. Progenitus is kind of interesting, though. It's like a natural order target. I don't think I'm supposed to have it, but it's like not terrible. All right. These Reclaimers have been interesting, but honestly, I don't think they fit with this deck. I think I should just have like 2 of them. I think this is a keep. I got not super fast natural orders, but I have multiple natural orders to try and try and get a Progenitus out. Alright, Green Sun Zenith's not bad. Should I play around Days? I think I should. I'm going to play the Bayou. The question is, do I want to just get... Like, I can Green Sun for 1 and get, like, an Allosaurus Shepherd. Make this not be counterable. I think I'm supposed to get a Dryad Arbor, though, and play around Days. It's my read. My professional read. Alright, my professional read has not been very good thus far. Opponent has bolted me into next year. Not great. Q drawing Progenitus. Okay. That ain't bad. Am I getting roughed here? Is this going to be rough? Am I going to have a rough turn? Does look like I'm going to have a pretty rough turn here. Yeah. Yep. Opponent has maybe 7 removal spells and there's 75 that are red. I drew 3 of them. Hey, there's the Allosaurus Shepherd. Can't counter that one, buddy. So, not going to say I'm in a great spot, but that was a good draw. They've blown through a lot of removal spells, and they didn't use any counters, so the sequence actually kind of works for me. If they don't have a Dreadhorde Arcanist, I think I'm going to... Okay, yep. Sometimes it'd be like that, I guess. Yep, alright. Well, as long as they still don't have a Dreadhorde Arcanist, I think I'm in good shape. It looks like opponent just kept a hand that was all removal spells. Glimpse. Wirewood Symbiote. Do I cantrip with the Glimpse? I think I don't. I think I'm just going to play the Symbiote. You killing my Symbiote too? Oh my god, they've had every removal spell in their deck! Get out of here, Delver player. The frustrating thing is this whole time Natural Order like would have resolved because they just don't have counter spells. They only have had red removal spells. Like they couldn't even have forced. Big hoots! Oh no. Thing's scary. Scavenging Ooze. Okay. Am I getting dazed now? Just hard casting it? Sure. Alright. It do be like that, I guess. Opponent has had the perfect answer for all of my things. They're almost out, though. And we're going to draw stuff eventually. We got a busted hand that's just waiting for more creatures and lands. We'll draw them. We're elves. We got them in spades. Chooses not to shuffle? Great. Love it. Love when they don't shuffle. Wonder if they found a counterspell. Okay. It's a good draw. Take it. It's not bad. I still got a few turns. I think things are getting worse for me every turn, but I got a few. As long as I don't see an Arcanist, I feel like I have a shot. Okay. Beatable. Creature. Okay. I think it's time to go. Don't stifle me, bruh. Yes. Glimpse. Pitched Submerge. Sure. Alright. Well, now if we draw land, our natural order is going to resolve. We'll have a Progenitus. Will it be enough to win the game? Probably not. But they didn't flip Delver. That's good for me. Now Progenitus could be enough. I need to draw land. I need their card to also not be Dazed, but it's probably not Dazed because they didn't flip Delver. It's just another Delver. Okay. So land here gives me a Progenitus. Land. Land. Ugh. Okay. Yep. Well, now my natural order will definitely resolve next turn. Definitely. I kind of have a shot if these don't flip. And they revealed Submerge. Okay, we're dead. We weren't drawing a land for 25 turns. Perfect. Alright, we're playing against F. Paula's. I know Fran. I think Fran knows me, and I doubt very strongly Fran thinks I'm playing Elves. This hand is really good, too. I'm going to keep. I don't know what Fran plays in Legacy. He's a very, very big Primeval Titan fan in Modern. So, wouldn't be surprised if he's playing a big mana strategy. I don't think he's expecting me to be playing Elves. I'll say that much. Oh, is this... What is this? Is this an elf mirror? Are we elfed up? Wooded Foothills. Snow-covered forest. Green Sun Zenith. Looks like this might be an elf mirror. Alright. We're playing an elf mirror. Great. We have all of the Green Sun Zeniths. I think I'm supposed to get another Dryad Arbor. And play Wirewood. Bit of a slow start, but I think we'll be okay. Really wish I could have made a land drop there. Savannah. Oh. Oh, this is not an elf mirror. Very different than that. This is... He's playing some sort of Primeval Titan thing, probably. That was a very good draw. So I think I'm supposed to glimpse. Start with the glimpse. I need to hit some lands, but I have mana from this. Okay. It's not a bad start. Second glimpse. Didn't quite get there. This one, I'm going to return this one. Okay, so we didn't quite get there, but it was still a decent turn, and I have him dead next turn. Best I can do. If he doesn't do something crazy here, I'm in a good spot. That's bad. It's very bad for me. Oh my god, he can fetch every time. Needed to hit... If I hit a land last turn and an elf in my 3 draw steps, I think I had him. Alright. Feels bad, man. Yep. Thalia. I think I'm dead. Yeah. Never seen another land that was tough. I think if I had... I mean, I was like 1 mana short from going off last turn. That happens. That's part of how this deck works, is like... Progenitus seems good in this matchup, I think. You can't really stop it. I think Oof is bad. I think Scooz is bad. I think I want a couple trophies. I don't think I need Allosaurus Shepherd. Trophy hits lands, and Valakut seems like kind of a problem. But yeah, back to the point on like going for it there. Elves is a deck where you go off with incomplete information a lot of the time, and you're gonna fizzle some of the time. You just know, like, hey, I can make 3 or 4 more mana here. I'm gonna draw like 3 or 4 cards. How likely am I to hit the things I need? In that last case, I needed to hit like a creature and a land, which I had about 15-ish lands left, and a lot of creatures, like 20 something. If I count Visionary, probably about 20. And I hit 2 spells, which, I mean, I don't have that many. I have Glimpse of Nature, Natural Order, and Green Suns. So 12, I guess, Once Upon a Time. So 13 spells, something like that. But some of them are already in my hand. I think I just caught the wrong end of variance there. It was probably still right to go for it, and sometimes you lose those games. You miss out, and that's just how that works. I mean, it happens. This hand's insane. If any of my lands tap for mana. This is the problem with Cradle, is it doesn't tap for mana on turn 1. This hand is so busted if just replace any card in here with a forest. I think I got a mulligan. Oh, here we go. We got the Progenitus in the hand, along with no castable spells again. Perfect. This hand actually looks quite strong. All right, so the first thing we bottom is 1 Cradle. What do we bottom after that? I think it's the Green Sun. That would be a great 6. I think it's the Green Sun, though. It could also been one of... I think it's the Green Sun. And I think I'm supposed to lead by just getting a Dryad Arbor, because I have a Cradle. Right on time. Right on time, Progenitus. Just... Yep. Yep. That's spectacular. That was really good. That was, yeah. So the question is now, do I glimpse? Alright, so what does it look like if I glimpse? I play a glimpse off Dryad Arbor. I play a Gaia's Cradle. I cast a Wirewood Symbiote. I draw a card. It's not a very good glimpse turn. Alternatively, this just like isn't gonna go well for me almost no matter what I do. I think I'm supposed to take one more turn to set up. This Progenitus was a truly awful draw on a mold of 5. But anything in the deck was good. Anything except Progenitus. Even Craterhoof would have been like, okay. Not great, obviously, but like, alright, I can deal with a Craterhoof. Progenitus is just like, why? Why are we Progenitus sitting here? Okay. Another Dryad Arbor. I think I can wait a turn. I think I can wait. Containment Priest! What is that? Fran! Ridiculous. No! Oh, he blocked the wrong thing, though. Yes! I'll take that. Whew! Dodge. Alright. Well, we lost our Arbor. That hurts. I was thinking green white didn't have any flash things. Alright, well, he's got my Progenitus stopped. Joke's on him, though. We already drew it, so we couldn't Progenitus anyway. No! The Wasteland? Brutal. Hit the Dryad Arbor, though? Not the Cradle? Interesting. I would have hit Cradle there, I think, every time. Although both my Dryad Arbors are gone now, so this card doesn't do nearly as much. That attack was really bad. I don't know. I think I was definitely not supposed to attack. Alright. Very much regretting that attack. But now I got a 3/4. Ooh, we got a beefy elf. The big elf. I know Fran ain't ready for some big elf action. Skyclave Apparition? What the heck? All right. Fran has had a removal spell every turn of this game. I would like if he would stop. He's green-white in Legacy. How many removal spells can you be playing? That's fine. If you missed that, it said his Dryad Arbor entered the exile zone because he tried to play Dryad Arbor with a Containment Priest in play. It's a non-token creature entering the battlefield and was not cast, so his Dryad Arbor is in exile. And then he says it as a new interaction I just learned about. That's awesome. Oh, that's really good. Oh, dying. That was way too funny. Okay. Can I glimpse here? Oh, that was spectacular. I get one redraw. If I miss... I feel like I could wait one turn. If my next draw is an elf, I have a shot. I think I'm supposed to wait one more turn, though. This hand could get there. Like, if I knew I was dead on board or something, I would go for it. But I need to, like, rip creature, which is not super likely. We also haven't seen a Valakut yet, which is the thing I'm, like, actually scared of. Really wish I had another Dryad Arbor to go get. Alright. I do think I probably want to fetch the Thin. Symbiote. Okay, that was exactly it. Perfect. Perfect. I'm going to start with a Glimpse. I do have to tap the Cradle earlier than I would like, but this is fine. Okay, Natural Order doesn't work. That's unfortunate, but fine. Alright. So let's tap 3 elves. Let's tap those 3. I would like to use this first. I'll untap that one. Untap this and return this. And then cast Quirion Ranger. We need to draw a creature. Perfect. Nettle Sentinel. Creature. Oh, Visionary's great. Perfect. Do the thing! Okay, so now we've whiffed and we don't have black mana. That's a little unfortunate. I can kill the Craterhoof or the Containment Priest next turn and Natural Order for Hoof. It's a good turn. I think we'll try to do that. Another Dryad of the Elysian Grove, huh? Alright. If Fran has a second Containment Priest, this does not go very well for me. But here we are. Veil of Summer! I have 3 trophies! Come on! It's ridiculous! Fran! Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. I need to do stuff here. I can't just pass the turn. That would be very dumb. Okay, let's tap this, this, and this. I want to untap that, return that. Once Upon a Time's not bad. Another Visionary. Okay. Okay, we got a lot of mana. Do I want to use this? I don't know. I don't think I have anything that's like that good to get. Both my Dryad Arbors are gone. I could like bog him. That's what I can bog him. Yeah, right. Doesn't do anything. Alright, I'll just pass. If he like tries to wasteland me, I can use Reclaimer. I can like tap some elves. Not the Symbiote. Brutal. I needed that for the values. Primeval Titan, that's horrible for me. It's like the best thing you could have possibly drawn. Okay. This is really brutal. Fran had Veil of Summer to protect their thing, into spell, into exactly 6 land for primetime this turn. Like, that was all of his cards. So he has to have drawn something like perfect off of the Veil. It's kind of ridiculous. And I'm sitting here with Progenitus still just doing absolutely nothing. It's just... this game has just been a comedy of errors. Just... Ugh. Yeah, okay. Spectacular. That was cool. I think this hand's a keep. I think if this hits a land, I get to put a Dryad Arbor in play, and then this hand's actually kind of good. Ugh. I want to reveal Chancellor of the Annex. So my Once Upon a Time gets countered unless I pay 1. It's just like... I'm on the play! There's nothing in this format that counters Once Upon a Time when you're on the play except Chancellor of the Annex. What is this? Alright, I'm going to play my Cradle and pass. If I draw a land, I could be in a good spot still. I don't know. Okay. This hasn't been a particularly impressive turn from the opponent. Oh, Entomb. Grizzle. Okay. Yeah. Opponent has a turn on Grizzlebrand. And I'm sitting here with no castable stuff. Alright, we're going to bring in my Ley Lines, my Crop Rot, and my Thoughtseizes. Skeleton seems good. Collector Roof actually seems good. Allosaurus Shepherd seems kind of bad. Once Upon a Time seems a little slow. All of those cards seem important and kind of good. I'm going to cut some orders. And is Quirion Ranger? I'll cut a Quirion Ranger. This hand is good, I think. Hopefully it's good. It's got a Ley Line and a piece of Disruption. It's got to be great. They revealed Chancellor of the Annex, huh? Alright. What do I not really care about here? I think I can get rid of... yeah, the Reclaimer's probably the worst card. The reason I let that thing counter a spell is I need to cast a Thoughtseize next turn. Maybe not. Maybe I don't need to do that. Goodbye, Thoughtseize. Okay, Nelson was actually not a bad draw. It's not great. I mean, not gonna lie, it's not spectacular, but opponent needs to answer this Ley Line before they do anything. I just need to get the wheels running in here. I just need to start spinning. Start doing... Yeah, okay. Yep. I'm gonna cast a Glimpse of Nature. We need to do something. This doesn't actually end up being very good for me. I don't get very far, but I need a cantrip. I need to do something here because his opponent has torn me to pieces. Although it doesn't look like they have a very functional hand outside of having answers to all the things. I'll say that much. That's a good draw. It's a very good draw. Let's go to combat. So now do I Glimpse again? I think I do. I think we're going for it again. Sadly, can't play that one, but that's okay. Was still a good turn. I now actually have Crop Rot up. If they go to reanimate, I can rot for a Jukabog. Not bad. Ooh, Reclaimer's also not bad. The Elven beatdown is coming. Alright, let the beatdowns commence. Ooh, Symbiote is excellent. Could I have Crater Hoof that turn? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I screwed this up. It's alright. I don't think they can beat the crop rat here. We're alright. Alright. Seems like things kind of went well there. I think I should have Caracas in. I'm going to cut an oof. I mean, this has a ley line. I'm going to keep. Does opponent have Reverend Silence again? They did not reveal channels to the Annex. I get to make a turn 1 play. These. Get that awful looking from the Vault Dryad Arbor. Send a message. Do we have the Reverend Silence? Unmask. Pitching Exhume. Okay? My hand's mostly bad. I mean, I guess you're taking like a Visionary here. I don't know. Symbiote. You're probably supposed to take Symbiote, I'd guess. I don't know. Feels like I'm about to get Reverend silenced, sadly. Animate dead by Elvish Visionary? That's awesome. Alright. I respect. That's dope. I respect that out of the opponent. That's really sweet. That's why they took the Visionary. That's awesome. I'm supposed to just keep cantripping here. Oh, we drew the hoof. Hoof main. How close am I to the hoof? I can make 4, 5, 6 mana right now. 7. Ooh, I can actually... Does this kill them? So playing an elf is free here. My Cradle taps for 5, Arbor 6, Bayou 7, Return Sentinel, untap Arbor. Yeah, it's 8. Alright, I mean, I'm going to cast it. Hoof. Whew! Found a W with the Elves. Lose game 1 to Reanimator and come back on the strength of some Elven beatdowns. It's nice. Alright, so what do we learn from this deck? I think Reclaimer is terrible. I'm going to be honest. I did not like this card at all. I think I want more Allosaurus Shepherds. This card felt like it would have been really good a lot of the time. This card's just really good. I don't know why we're only playing 2. Maybe just because it was so expensive on MTGO. I don't know. Feels like this card should be 3, maybe 4 of, and there should probably be another one to the sideboard. I don't know. Not going to argue with it. Card seems really good. Not sure why I was only playing 2. There it is. What else did we learn from this deck? Well, I remember this deck being very, very resilient to kill spells. It didn't feel that way. In fact, it felt like it was kind of weak to getting its early plays plowed and pushed and bolted repeatedly. And then if you follow this up with a sweeper, I don't know how it wins. And there's a lot of diverse hate. I think I'm crossing it off my list of things to play in Eternal Weekend. Honestly, I think I'm going to play Snow, but I don't mind having played it. It's a good thing to kind of learn, kind of get a feel for, see what it can do. Yeah, I think Reclaimer was nonsense. Not that it wasn't like a cool innovation from the person who made it, but this deck should have 4 Allosaurus Shepherds. Should have 4 Allosaurus Shepherds and maybe like another Nettle Sentinel. I don't even remember. I think there's 3 Sentinels. Is this deck only playing 3 Heritage Druids? Am I insane? This deck only has 3 Heritage Druids? What is happening? It's like the best card in the deck. Alright, I don't know. This deck should have a 4th Heritage Druid. So I think the Reclaimers are nonsense. Let's put 2 more Allosaurus Shepherds in here and a 4th Heritage Druid. That's kind of where I'm at. I think other than that, there's a lot of cool stuff happening here. I like the Collect Roof and Scavenger News. I think those are actually pretty good. I think 2 Once Upon a Time felt like a pretty good number. Overall, I liked a lot of what this deck was doing. I did not like the Reclaimers, though. I think we can keep working on that. But yeah. Probably going to go back to playing blue decks. I guess Hogak was a blue deck. It's not a blue deck. It's a degenerate black deck or something. I think I'm going to try some Storm or some Doomsday next, and then keep going to straight snow practice. You're probably going to see some more snow. The video Saturday. Eternal Weekend is Friday night, so I'll be playing it there. But yeah, with that, thanks everybody for watching. Remember, if you like the content we're making here, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the videos. Please comment. All that really helps. Really appreciate it. And thanks again for watching.
I'm joined by Kyle Balgames. Welcome, Kyle.
How are you?
Raja Suleiman with Orzhov.
Max McVitie.
Congratulations, Brian to Mars. Zach Allen.
I wouldn't be here without these guys, though. So.
And the champion of Pro Tour Cards Attack here, Ari Lax.